Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and goblins. Hello, good game here, as you may know me. Hello, good trades over here, though, right? I'm trying to do these every day, but man, does consistency suck on my end. But hey, we'll improve as the year goes on, right? And that's just the way of things. So this is where we left off. We had a busy day, and it was July 4th, so big weekend, early day on Thursday, no day on Friday. So here's our Thursday. LIXT announcing that they closed their offering, which typically is bullish. See the price retrace off that offering dump, right? AIRE announces mortgage operations with AI-powered loan officer assistant. Definitely, just give everybody a loan. You get a loan, you get a loan. We're not in a bubble. MINM, maybe they're denying loans though. Who am I to say? Acquiring advanced tech suite expected to supercharge IoT-AI content and audience targeting platform. Well, that doesn't sound good. But we've got some morning trades. AIRE on the bottom and SBET on the top times 2. Let's check them out. I mean, how's SBET doing? Just pretty good, though. So we're going to scroll back here. We have SBET in the morning. It just has such strong flow. Like, this is really good. Holding at 21, holding the 50, and just expanding out from them, and then retesting and reclaiming. So I like that. I like the reclaim of this 21. Stop loss under that low. Good enough. Swing it up. We get our one-to-one risk reward trade right there. Easy peasy in just a few minutes. Then we see it break down, hits the 200 and holds. Not only does it hit the 200 and hold, but we get a VWAP reclaim here, which I think I like. I get in on that. Trend holds, right? So we got our stop under this recent pullback low. Scalp it up 1-to-1. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then closing out in the morning here. I don't know why we don't have a risk reward up. But if the emote's there, we scaled. Let's see what we got. Was this a 2-to-1? Oh, plenty so. 2-to-1's right about there. So nice trade here. In the morning with SBET. SBET has an Ethereum treasury, and they have also the co-founder, I guess, of Ethereum on their board, which is hella bullish. And this is continuing. This is a nice multi-day run. We did get stopped out, though, right, on our runner, so we're not in this trade anymore. But if you were to maybe just forget about this day, you'd be looking pretty. But that's not how it works, right? You got to manage that risk. So we also had AIRE on the bottom. This is all, again, for Thursday when we just had a half day. This was pretty brutal. I don't like this at all. I mean, we got out, but it's not a trade that I want to be doing again, right? Because look how quick it was. There's a lot of room for error, and there's a ton of risk associated with a play like this. But we see a reversal. We see a VWAP reclaim. We take entry. Stop is below the reversal. We get our 1-to-1, and it even goes 2-to-1, but I must not have taken the scale quick enough because it's not marked, and if it's not marked, we didn't take it, right? That's just the way things go. And then just getting stopped out immediately. It did come back if you disrespected that stop, but again, you don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then it just died to oblivion. And then we had our daily watch. MOGO was a day 2, which went crazy. I think it stole the show, actually. Did we trade this the day before? Morning trades MOGO. Yeah, absolutely. So we did trade this the day before, and then we want to put it on our watch list for continuation. But we see that it didn't really. I mean, in the morning it looked good, right? It's like kind of reverse, popped up, held VWAP, into the morning session, but it just super died, right? And has remained there. So that was kind of a bummer. And then BMNR as a day 3, which I actually think went. Right, this did a casual 180%. Just went and went, which was really good. And then like held, like it's just holding, which is kind of curious, right? But that was our Thursday. It was a half day or whatever, right? Because July 4th was Friday, I think, right? So then we come to Monday, right? This was yesterday. Being a little lazy here, but we had SONN No news on this, but it was shredding, right? In the morning, holds 200, reclaims. We take our entry on that reclaim, stop below the swing low here, or that recent pullback, and we get stopped out, right? So this is not a good trade here for us. For one of our morning trades, we get stopped out there. What else? We have Wolf. This is a delist play, which typically I don't like, but it's like really been going. Like, look at this on the 4 hours. You know, from 36 cents all the way up to $3 now. So just crazy runner the last couple days here on Wolf. They had some news as well. SVRE. And this was yesterday. We're looking at this here. You know, just adding it to the watch list, seeing if there's something to play there. No news. And then MBIO, I think was you know, a really nice play here in the morning there as well. And they had like a patent, I guess, which typically we don't like, but that's fine. If it goes, it goes. And then our morning trades, LGPS. Sometimes these get stretched out. I don't know why. That's not our originals. I know that's wrong because we scaled out multiple times here. Sometimes they get stretched out. I don't know why. But this would have been our 1-to-1, our 2-to-1, our 3-to-1, our 4-to-1, and we didn't get the 5-to-1, right? But again, we like to enter in on the VWAP reclaim. So we have this news pop and the VWAP reclaim here, which we missed. We want to enter in on that pullback with the reclaim to start underneath the pullback. You guys know this. I'm a broken record when it comes to this entry. But it holds up, and then we see it test the 21 moving average and hold it. Then it reclaims VWAP. So what do? Take our entry here. Our stop loss is below here. And I can even fix this. Man, that's so messed up. Right? This is where our stop loss was originally. And obviously our take profit for some reason got messed up too. And you'll see that it's at a 1-to-1 perfectly. Right? So there's our 1-to-1 trade, right? Entry off that VWAP reclaim, stop below the pullback. There's our 1-to-1, right? 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1. Nice, quick, and easy. Play the strength. Then, you know, if your runners run, that's fine. If not, don't play the weakness. Then we already talked about top. We got stopped out on, or SONN, sorry. We talked about top. We got SONNed out on. Which is just, you know, not all, like, you take the setup, and if it works, it works. If not, you have that risk already predetermined, and then just try to have, you know, an over 50% hit rate, right? And improve that hit rate via your entry models. Daily watch ASST No news. They had Bitcoin the other day, right? They're like, hey, we're gonna do a ton of Bitcoin, but you gotta sell shares. Let's go 4 hours. So you gotta do a dilutive play, right? For that typically. So it was on the 27th, May 27th. They're like, hey, we're doing Bitcoin right here. Massive downward trend. But once that's kind of out of the system, you'll see this gap held. Oh my God, look at these entries on that 1-day gap. Those would have been tasty. We see Golden Cross here as well. Oh, that's 4 hour, never mind. But yeah, so you'll see a lot of that where we're going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, but we're selling shares of the company to do it. So that's bearish. But then, you know, there's a reprice or repricing of the asset if Bitcoin moves or something, right? So something you'll see a lot here. We're going to touch on that today. I actually have here we have a little article to read through today at the end of today's video about those offerings so you can play them better. And then I guess we did SBET on the bottom. And this looks like we got stopped out on it. And it was probably at this point I left for the day. I was like, well, I'm done. Oh, that's too funny. Almost getting out immediately, but ultimately getting crushed. So this is really bad. Hashtag not good. Right. And then the SPY lost the 1 day, or the 1 hour 50 moving average. Let's go over 1 hour. And it was here, right, where we lost the 50, right, moving average. We're kind of still flirting with it, so I don't know. Maybe we hold it, but bearish signal definitely looking to set up here. We're holding that gap, that bottom band. You know, so we've got a long way to go down to 612, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If not, you know, that 615 liquidity. And it happens, right? It happens. We'll get retracements. And the reality is the market's been running so hot. It has been on absolute fire, dude. So I don't think it's unlikely that we retrace back to the 200, right? Just like we did here, maybe even below. So on that note, on Thursday, check out this for timing the top. We sold some of our long-term portfolio, right? We're scaling out our SPY position at 624.86. You know, like I said, I want that 614. You know, I want that 612. Obviously, these levels, well, specifically the moving average, this liquidity level will stay the same. But I'd like some more downs. And I think we'll get them, you know, in the coming weeks. It's summertime. Lots of people take off for vacation, right? On that note, scaling out, we've pulled out about $20,000 now, resulting in about $5,000 realized gain, and we're sitting in about 5.5 unrealized here as well, at about 111, 11%. In just over a month. So, yeah, it's slow and steady and just trying to protect ourselves from the downs. Selling quite a few things, right? Like closing out and loading up more GameStop, buying more GameStop as of late. But yeah, just kind of like trimming off the top, right? Trimming off the top, scaling out, because the market could go higher. I don't know that. But if it goes lower, I want to protect myself, right? So we still have exposure, but now, you know, we're kind of getting some cash ready to buy some dips, right? So that's pretty cool. So that was Monday. Go to today, which is, you know, it's only 12 o'clock here, so, but it is what it is. We got to get these videos out when we have time. SQNS. We like this. This morning, played this on the top chart. What was our news here? That closes almost $400 million investment to launch a Bitcoin treasury. And we've got some things to say about this. Don't let me forget. So this morning, right, we have news pop, pullback, VWAP reclaim. So we enter on the reclaim, stop below that pullback. Here's our 1-to-1. Here's our 2-to-1. Here's our 3-to-1. Easy. Ultimately, it almost breaks down. And we get that 4-to-1 accomplished here. Not getting that 5-to-1 though. We do get a breakdown, which is cool. Right? That's why we scale out on the way. So we're not hurt by that because we've already pulled out profits above it. And then we had OCC on the bottom. Announces strategic collaboration. You can see why it's performing so badly. We just, you know, we had the reversal, tried to reclaim VWAP, and then held trend. Tried to reclaim VWAP again. So I'm like, okay, let's take a stop and entry basically at the low with our stop under the very low, the sell side liquidity, and yeah, immediately doesn't look good. And we see this running. This was at the time this started to run in the morning. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to play this instead. Right, you see this is at 408, and this is at 408, 410. So you can see a good example here of volume rotation, where the volume is rotating and the buyers are going from this stock into this stock, which means there's an influx of sellers because they're all leaving. Price goes down, right? And then we just get wrecked here, get a nice pop in the morning and a recovery, but you know we're out of the trade already, so it doesn't matter. We've got some other daily watch, RLYB. I don't know if there was news on this or not. If it was, it wasn't good. News pop. Pullback, reclaim, maybe scalp it up 1-to-1. Probably could, but ultimately just super dies. So let's check it out. RLYB. What was the news here? Because you need to know why the news didn't hold up too, right? Some pharmaceutical thing. Doesn't seem good. Sells interest. Yeah, intangible. They get 25 million, including an upfront 7.5 million payment, which for a 20 million company is not substantial. You want to see lots of times like a company get multitude of its market cap as an investment or a payment or something, right? Massive cash influx. Then we have BMNR. I feel like we just talked about this the other day. I feel like they're doing something. We'll go through it. May as well. 8 days ago, $250 million private placement for an Ethereum treasury. Yes, they want to be the biggest one. So that's something for us to talk about later. And this was actually crazy. This ran the other day from 54 all the way up to 160. And before that, we were playing this. This is crazy. We were in this at like 13, 14. And it was a low of $4. Let's check that out. What is that? $3,000%, 3,200%. Absolutely insane runner. And SBET ran like that too on Ethereum Treasury News. Now, for some reason, it appears that Ethereum Treasury News is performing better than Bitcoin Treasury News. Thoughts on that? BSLK, no news. I think we actually had a really nice trade on this in the morning. On the bottom here, getting in on that nice trend in the morning, holding the 21. It tries VWAP, holds trend, so we're like, okay, let's get in on it, and then we get that breakup. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't result in anything. It was a hard day, kind of why we're here early. And then PROK, which was wild, it stole the show today, and is still stealing the show. Are you kidding me? So I'm avoiding this because it's got a massive market cap. I don't like something that's got, 100+ million market cap. And this started today at 60 cents. We're up at $4 already. So just an insane runner, up an easy 600% currently. So, and the news on this seems suspect too. Right, like there's a lot of bad here. Group 2 results didn't achieve statistical significance. That sounds terrible. Full trial results being held. That doesn't sound good. What if they're bad? Right? And then FDA approval still pending. That doesn't sound great. That's a lot of bad, but it just keeps going. So that's fine. It's not phase 3 either. It's only phase 2, but I guess it was good. And that's the important part. So people like it. And it has been going just all day. Just gap sitting. This might even run after hours. It's so choppy. Whenever you see something halt this many times, and okay, so I'll just pull up NASDAQ halts. Look how many times this is halted. PROK, 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 PROK. All dang day. Just PROK, PROK. Like halt, 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 halt. It's crazy, right? But in pre-market and in after hours, there are no upper or lower band halts. So we could see it break loose and start to flow in one direction or another. So that'll be cool. We'll have an eye on that for after hours. And we talked about that trade. Oh, and I did a SPY trade, which I can grab from my Discord. Just shared it for the screen share so I can show you guys. Buying some puts. I'm I'm bearish on the SPY for, the next little bit. I'd like to see a retracement, so I like to buy SPY puts on the highs. Well, here they'd be on the lows, but on the SPY's high, right? Buying low, selling high, reloading, unloading, reloading, unloading, reloading, almost getting stuck with them, getting out just in time. Perfect, right? So typically my strategy here, I'm playing 6/18s, and we'll go up to the SPY. So you can see, I'm playing just out of the money, right? Like I'm aiming a little low, right? A little lower than the SPY is. It's a little late in the day at that point. We're at lunch. There's only 2 hours of trading left. So I probably would now aim for 620s if I was going to continue to buy puts. We are above VWAP though, and we're kind of like no longer downtrending is the thing. It looks like, at the very least is a bad uptrend. Holding what should be a sell side liquidity here, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tries at it, and each time with a pretty serious expansion upwards and away from it. And again here, so that the downtrend was invalidated with this peak. So I don't know if I'm bullish on it to end the day, but this morning seemed pretty good. And again, you got to wait for the setup. Like, we're entering this at the break of VWAP, right? Because we don't really see a lot of this chop yet. We see the SPY up during the day, and then, okay, here's the break of VWAP, so we can enter SPY puts there, right? And then you scalp it down, and, you are scaling out, obviously, right? Right? We buy in. As it sells down, we scale out, and then it rips up again, we scale back in, right? So it rips back up again, we scale back in, and then just bleed it down. And then one final time here, you can kind of see how this chart's an inverse of the put, right? So that's that. That's my whole day, getting everybody recapped since last Thursday. I don't know what else is even moving. BTBT, kind of reversing here up to VWAP. Can it reclaim and go for more, or does it reject? You tell me. I don't know. Thank you all so much. I'm going to try to get these done every single day, but I've been a little bit busy, and trying to incorporate it into my routine has been a little bit difficult, but it's very good for me as an individual to come back and recap, right? So I'm going to get better at it. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Have a magical day. You take care, and I'll see you soon in the next.